Brent Suter of the Milwaukee Brewers. All right, Brent, so John and I do a top 5 list every episode. John did one last season of his top 5 favorite Brewer hats. We'll play a little bit of that for this episode. How many do you have, John? Like 37 or something like that? I mean,
it's roughly the same number of pitchers the Brewers used last year, which was like 38 or something. Yeah,
a lot.
Both numbers were ridiculous. So
I don't mean to put you on the spot, Brent, but I'm going to ask you right now. List in order your top 5 Jim Carrey movies.
Got it. Number 1, Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. Number 2, Dumb and Dumber. Number 3, Liar Liar. Number 4, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. And number 5, I'm going to go with Bruce Almighty. You know, a lot could be in there, number 5, but I'm going to go Bruce Almighty. Mask could also easily be there, number 5.
I like it a lot.
So you don't. We're strictly comedy here. We're not going Truman Show. We're not going Spotless Mind. We're strictly going for laugh.
I respect. I love the Truman Show. I can watch that movie over and over again. There's something about Jim Carrey. The comedy part is. I mean, he's just my favorite comedian. Period. So if I'm gonna top 5, I got to go comedies. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, no variety, but I love
it.
Can we find his old when he worked with the why can't I think of the Damon Wayne, the Marlon Wayne, the Wayne brothers show In Living Color? Are those available anyplace? Can I download? Can I go watch his old Fire Marshal Bill in the works?
I watched Fire Marshal Bill on YouTube. You could probably buy him on iTunes, I'm guessing. I don't know, but on YouTube, he's got some good Fire Marshal Bill.
Because I'm not going to be the guy to ask you to do it, but how often do you get trotted out? I saw during the Sophie got you the other day, like, hey, it's spring training. It looks like you're not doing anything.
Right. Yeah. I finished the interview and they're like, can you do a Jim Carrey line for us? I was like, sure, I'll get it. And then they're like, actually, can you do a 5-minute straight of commentary? I was like, all righty then. You know, I'm trying to go right into it.
I don't need you to be a circus act here. You're a major league pitcher, you know?
Damn it. All right, I'll cross that out. Don't make him do Jim Carrey. Fine.
Greg, if you want, that's fine. I'm just saying.
Oh, we're doing it. Yeah, we're definitely going to do it. Like, do you understand the hate mail that we would get if we had Brent Suter on here and didn't have him do Jim? Like, that has to happen. Has to happen. All right, so a good follow-up to that. And speaking of fans, you have created a fandom on Twitter, truly. And it's exploded not only with your personality and this Jim Carrey stuff, but some of the bits that you've been able to do with the Brewers. I mean, that Dumb and Dumber thing was awesome. So kind of take us behind the scenes on that. What was all that about?
Yeah, they were doing a bullpen cart video, and then they were asking people throughout the team or whatever who would be a good, crew to do the bullpen cart. And a lot of people were saying me for Jim Carrey, so they asked me to do it. I was like, sure, I'll do it. Got the eye black on my teeth, got the haircut going, did it, and people liked enough. Jim Carrey even tweeted about it, saying, I either have a severe mental disorder or a gift in comedy. The difference is negligible, something like that. So that was great. That was really cool. Bucket list. And all, like, Jim Carrey knows who I am. It's incredible. But
that's awesome.
So that was fun. And then in a couple of years, like spring training or sometime in the year, they do a kind of bit with either Mean Girls parody or some other type of parody, and they'd asked me to be a part of it a lot. And it was great. Unfortunately, a lot of that staff that was doing those movies has since left, so it's kind of up to us players to keep it going. We haven't done a great job of that so far. We need to get working on it, but we definitely had a great time with those videos, and we're glad people liked them.
That's fine.
So clearly, if you're doing that kind of stuff, there's a culture around the club of, because some places that wouldn't be acceptable, whether you're winning 100 games or losing 100 games. They want, we're baseball, tunnel vision, all that. I had Christian Yelich on one time on SportsCenter, and he's got, whatever it is, 72 years left on his contract. It's ridiculous. But he told me, he said, the only thing he told him is, like, Counsell has to stay as long as I am here. Tell us what it is about your manager that is special and that he seems to have been like he seems to, not only because of where he's from, been born into this role, but just in terms of being a big league manager, period, wherever, he seems to be born in this role. Tell me about Craig Counsell.
He's a great dude, like a genuinely great guy, great leader, great family man. So he's coming from the right place, and all what he's trying to do is just he's trying to set us up for success individually and team success. Like that's what he's trying to do. Doesn't hide that. He wants to set us up to succeed, and everyone who comes over appreciates that. He's super relaxed, but when it's time to go, he's ready. He's one of the best competitors out there. In game managing, he's incredible at too. Like he really makes great bullpen moves. Really takes care of his bullpen too. Like gives us days if we need it, or asks how we're doing every single day. And just in terms of his honesty, like he can be, he tells it how it is. He's not trying to sugarcoat anything, but he does it in a way that is, he cares about you. So he's got everything going for him. He's the best manager I've ever played for sure. The only big league manager I've ever played for, fortunately, as fortunate as that is. So it's been incredible to have him. He's one of the best at baseball, if not the best.
So Council's terrific. We love Council. If we have time, I'll tell you I'm more of a Pat Murphy guy, but that's from way back in our past when he was at Arizona State. So right. Council needs like 35 wins. He passes Phil Garner. He's the all-time winningest manager Brewer history. We know that's happening. Mm-hmm. So everybody knows that. I want to know how many times does he have to get run before he has the all-time ejection record for managers? He's close.
I'm gonna throw 4 out there. 4.
You're really close. He needs 3. He needs 3. 24 is the record. He's at 22, Yost and Garner. So I don't know if you want to just tell him, hey, just all you need is a little bit of the red ass. Boom. You could be in the history book.
Yeah, I'll let him know. Something to shoot for sure.
That's awesome.
I'll let him know. That's awesome.
Brent, you seem to really connect with Wisconsin. Inside Wisconsin is totally dedicated to the people, the stories, and the patriotism, John and I call it, of America's Dairyland. I mean, Craig grew up here, right? And you really seem to get it. And you mentioned so many things about the fans in the beginning. Is there something unique to you being a Midwestern guy that you just connect with Wisconsin more?
That probably has something to do with it. Cincinnati is for me like has a lot of similar vibes as with Milwaukee. It's 2 similar sized cities. Great people. Kind of on the water since he's on the river. Milwaukee's on the lake, but just a lot of similarities there. A lot of similar cultural things. So I'm sure that has something to do with it. But it's just I've been blown away ever since I got called up. Just like the kindness. Everyone's just so nice. It's incredible. I remember in 2016 we were like second to last in the division, and they were still showing up in droves, even on midweek games, and we're all super supportive when we were before games, signing or whatever. They were just always like, "Oh, we're such big fans. We love you guys. Like love you." They we're knowing all our names, so just blown away with the outpouring of love and support, and just the sheer kindness of Brewers fans from day one. So. And I, got a taste of that in Appleton for sure. Everyone was so nice and supportive up there too. So it's something about the people of Wisconsin. It's just special. They're so nice, and they love their sports big time.
Yeah. You talk about the excitement getting called up. Most guys actually take the call and try not to sleep through it. If you could explain what that is like to people, because we just go to our job every day. Right. But that's such a different level of something. I don't know if it's validation. I've made it, but what goes through your mind, what goes through your body when all of a sudden they go, you need to go to the big leagues?
Oh, absolute adrenaline surge. It was unlike anything else. I got the call, my manager told me in AAA, he's like, "You're not playing for me. You're not pitching for me tonight. You're pitching against the Mariners tomorrow in the big leagues." And my wife was right there, and she instantly started crying. We were just like both super emotional. And then we had to get on a plane in 3 or 4 hours. So it was like, this is awesome. Let's tell some people, but like we've got to get packed and get going. So we absolutely had to do some big time packing very quickly. Got on the plane the next day. Was like, just absolute nerves and fun emotions for the whole day. And so by the time the game started, I felt a little bit like drained. I was like, oh my gosh, it's finally here. And so had to try to get like Robinson Cano, Nelson Cruz, Cal Seager, all these guys out. And was able to do that, for the first, 3 or 4 innings. And then the 5th inning, they started, third time through the order, they started getting me a little bit, but just had a blast and was able to pitch deep enough and well enough to stay around in the bullpen for the rest of that year. And was able to pitch pretty well out of the bullpen and, just got rolling for there. But it was one of the most incredible days of my life. It really was.
I'd lose my mind. I'd be like, pick up my glove, and I'm like, is this right? Am I left-handed? I don't even remember. I feel like maybe I throw with the other hand. It'd be so so crazy when it happens.
Right.
You're in the big leagues, and I guess I want to, like, what are you doing there? It's a guy who's a 31st round draft pick from that's not a baseball power, who that in a bullpens that everybody comes out and throws 98, doesn't throw 98.
Right.
Like, you're an anomaly in so many ways. But clearly it works because you're not the cup of coffee guy in life. Like, you've got your big league career and have been there for a while. But how do you make that happen? Because if I'm going to draw up my major leaguer, it's not Brent Suter.
That's a great question. I get that question quite a lot, actually. And it's one of those, like, I don't have the exact answer for you. I know when I go out there, I give it my all. I prepare well. I do all the little things as best as I can. I have this, cut fastball, like my four seam just naturally cuts a little bit, but it looks like a four seam. It kind of has like almost pure backspin, but a little bit of like tilt this way. So it gets a little rise and cut. So most cutters you see are more horizontal. Mine's has a little bit of, vertical ride to it, which helps me, avoid some barrels. So I throw that pitch quite a lot. But it's just, I don't know exactly, why it's just happened like this, but I feel very fortunate. I just kind of caught breaks or just like think the right things happened along the way. I was pitching well enough to get moved up when, an opening happened at the next level in the minor leagues, and just same thing in the big leagues. I've been able to, I had Tommy John a couple years ago, but I've been able to stay relatively healthy most of the time, which helps. And then, just, I don't know exactly what else. I just feel, blessed more than I deserve for sure. And it's not anything I want to end anytime soon. I'm having a blast doing it. So
yeah, I vote for that.
Yeah. Listen, Mariano Rivera went to the Hall of Fame on one pitch. If you got one that works, just keep throwing it.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. We will wrap it up with Brewers pitcher Brent Suter. Right for this. We are Inside Wisconsin.
Inside Wisconsin is brought to you by Bay Care Clinic, Cobblestone Creek, University of Wisconsin-Platteville, Roll Tech, Festival Foods, Capital Credit Union, North Star Mohican Casino Resort, American Family Insurance, Miller Lite, and Aaron's Company.
Helpful critiques, ideas, great stories, people we should know, the great bar in your town, the fish fry you want to know, the fish boil, anything that you want to reach out to us with. We are happy. We are here. You can be the inputters. We're here to listen.
J.A., we talk a lot about Miller Lite on this episode. Big fans. Look at right below me. There's always an emergency one just in case things get a little crazy.
Does this count as Miller Lite? I don't know. It's a keg.
Yeah, he's full. He's full. He's got beer in there. Speaking of full, we talked full taste. Let's talk about full taste for a second. Miller Lite actually tastes like beer, even though it's a light beer. There are some things, though, that I know you would choose not the light if you could, like Diet Pepsi.
Right.
You're not
I don't get it, right? I drink Pepsi. I don't drink it responsibly either. Okay, I drink.
Now we're talking about Pepsi,
but I drink it all the time. Too much, it's horrible. I see a doctor. How are you doing? Are you cutting back? No. Do you plan on it? No. But Diet Pepsi, I can't do it, or any diet soda. It's just not there, and I don't buy anybody that says it does. It's not. I'm way too old to be drinking whole milk, but I'm sorry, that's the case.
That's your 2%,
thing? 1% skim milk. As my daughter says, skim milk is just it's water trying to disguise itself as milk. I can't do that, but I can drink a Miller Lite, and I don't seem to have any trouble with it there. So they must be doing something right. Because I feel like I have very high beverage standards.
You do, especially with
uncompromising beverage standards.
You're not compromising them with Miller Lite. It still tastes like beer. That's the whole idea. And unlike the milkman who doesn't bring milk to your door anymore, or I doubt you've ever had soda, Pepsi sent to your front door, you can literally get Miller Lite delivered right to your front door. Visit MillerLite.com/inside inside Wisconsin, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. How many carbs are in Pepsi? How many of those do you have a day?
Beer.
Yeah.
I don't
beer.
know. I have no idea. But
right,
and
good.
I don't take home delivery. I feel like there's so few calories that if I just go get it, I've worked off the calories merely by going down and getting it.
Well, you can get Miller Lite to your door. Go that route. Drink Miller Lite.